Greetings, Crusader fans from outside the Johnson Sports Center here on Dewey Avenue. I'm Sports Information Director Mike Stetson. I want to thank you for joining us for another edition of the Crusader Coaches Corner Show. Of course, we missed last week as the Crusaders were hosting the NNU Crusader Invitational Golf Tournament. Busy at the golf course doing stats for that event. But we're back on the air this week, and we've got a great show for you as we sit down with Ali Schauer from the Crusader softball team. The senior is one of the all-time leaders among games played and games started for the Crusaders. She talks a little bit about what has been a fantastic season for NNU so far. Then we sit down with Lexi Tubbs, the NCAA qualifying and NNU record-holding hurdler for the Crusader track and field team. She was down at the Stanford Invitational this past weekend, set a school record with a 14.18 second time in the 100-meter hurdles, which is 16th best in the nation. I want to welcome you to this week's Crusader Coaches Corner Show, and thank you for joining us. Welcome to this week's Crusader Coaches Corner Show. Today we're joined by a senior outfielder from the Crusader softball team, Ali Schauer. Ali, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Excited to have you because you've been the staple for the softball team for 4 years. You've played in over 150 games, started over 150, seen it all in head coach Rich Wagner's tenure. How fun has it been being a Crusader?
It's been an adventure, like as cliche as that sounds. The last 3 years have been just kind of a roller coaster, a lot of ups and downs. But as far as preparing me for this year, I feel like I've seen it all. So it's exciting going into this year and just having something to really look forward to.
You mentioned that. How nice is it, senior year, the team has not made it to the playoffs or anything before, and here you are tied for third, you're in the playoff race, and you look at it, you've beaten every team in the conference that you've played. You could go into the tournament, win that, and go to nationals your senior year.
Yeah, it's a pretty good feeling, and it's just a great way to just kind of appreciate all the hard work that we have put in the last 3 years, even though it hasn't really paid off, but just to know that this year could be the year.
As a senior, one of two on the team, you and Morgan Tomey, how much responsibility lies on your shoulders with a team that, we've mentioned it so many times, 9 freshmen, 7 who are starters, a handful of sophomores. How much senior leadership are you required to provide?
Quite a bit. I mean, that was definitely a thought that I had coming into the fall was, there were 7 returners and I think 11 new girls. So it was kind of nerve-wracking, just, 11 girls I've never met before, and most teams, most players by the time they're senior, they do have the luxury of having players that have played with them for 1, 2, and 3 years, and this year, it was hard kind of just to start, but I think it all just started with trying to get to know the girls personally, and then that made it a whole lot easier to lead.
Is it a lot different attitude on the team with having so many newcomers, or how would you explain it?
Well, I think every year I've been here we've had more newcomers than returners, but this year it's kind of like we found our identity as a team a lot sooner, and so I think that just really helped people settle in and really just help the new girls to understand the program that they're at and where we want it to go.
You guys, obviously a tough weekend down in California. What happened after the Humboldt State game that changed what was the dynamic of the team or how you guys were playing?
I mean, part of it, I'm not going to say it was all, but part of it was definitely we were down 2 starters, and it's not just that they have a presence on the field, but their presence in the dugout wasn't felt as much. And I think a lot of the girls, as far as like playing Humboldt, they saw how well we did, and I don't know if they kind of just, well, not they, but like, I don't know if we just kind of put it on cruise or really what happened. And then I think after that second game, so that second game was probably the most disappointing game all weekend. And I think that a lot of us just didn't move past that second game like we should have.
The final game of the weekend, you guys got the offense rolling. I know you guys were probably worn out having played as much as you had in the hot sun and everything. But how much does that give you a spark going into a long weekend, but a conference weekend coming up?
It definitely shows us that we have the ability to flip that switch. And that's really the hard part, especially with the young team, is when you are going through these tough series or when you're going through a slump, like, honestly, you just have to flip the switch. And as a young player, it seems like there's so much into that, but it really is mind over matter. And so to see everybody finally just flip that switch and go out and play that last game like we can, I think that just gives us a lot more confidence to go into this weekend and know that we can win these games.
Should mention too, UC San Diego, last week they were ranked 25 in the nation, so not a slouch that you were playing the final day of the tournament either, and you gave them quite a battle. And Humboldt, number 3 in the nation, they win the tournament, and you guys were 2 innings away from being the only roadblock to them winning the title. So some pretty impressive performances despite not getting the wins down there. Let's talk about the coming weekend. What do you guys have to do to come away with victories and hopefully not just a split this weekend?
We definitely have to hit the ball. Concordia showed us last time that they can hit, but we kept up with them. So as long as our pitchers put up a good battle and as long as we stand up for them at the plate, then we're going to be just fine, and I think we can expect the same with St. Martin's.
Talk a little bit about what comes after this. Have you thought about your career after softball?
Well, I'm a business major, so I mean, I can really do anything or go in any direction I want, so that's pretty cool. But I mean, my biggest issue that I run into is I see an opportunity and I'm like, well, what about if I want to go do this? And so it's kind of cool having a lot of options and not knowing which one, but at the same time, I don't want to choose the wrong one. So right now I'm competing in it's a school competition for the Rocky Mountain Chocolate, one of the franchise. So that competition, we'll have our presentations in like a month, and if that goes as planned, then I'll be an owner of a franchise in
That'll be
a
exciting.
month. So, yeah.
Where would the franchise be?
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Yeah. So.
Are you excited about Oklahoma? Say yes. That's a good thing for the presentation.
Yeah. Well, my whole family's from the Midwest, so it's really not too unfamiliar territory.
Okay,
But
cool.
yeah, so.
And Ben Cercio from the baseball team won the franchise last year down in the San Francisco area.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll keep it diamond every year. So
Yeah.
that would be a good routine for you.
Oh yeah, that'd be pretty funny actually. I talked to Ben a lot, so he seems to be enjoying it. So I think it'd be something that I would enjoy too.
Now, so that's a great opportunity for you. So you may have your career planned out here in a couple months. But when you're not playing softball and putting together a presentation to own a chocolate factory, what do you do away from the field?
Well, obviously a lot of schoolwork, a lot of studying. I mean, it is my last semester, but got to keep that focus, even though graduation is a month away. And then honestly, as far as like my social life goes, I just hang out with players that used to be in the program. So a couple of the girls that graduated last year, they ran out of their eligibility. They're still going to school here, so I still hang out with them. So really, I don't really get away from the team, but that's all right.
Got to remind you, fans, ladies will be on the road this weekend. Concordia, doubleheader Thursday. St. Martin's, Friday and Saturday doubleheaders. And then the home finale in almost 2 weeks. Western Oregon's here, 15th and 16th. Looking forward to the home finale, or little butterflies about that one?
I'm actually really excited. I think that as far as like the emotional part of senior year, I got most of that out in the fall and earlier this spring. You can ask my coach. I cried at practice like every day. But I think I'm ready. I'm excited. It's bittersweet for sure. Maybe a little more bitter than sweet, but I'm still excited.
I appreciate you joining us. Good luck this weekend, and hopefully it'll be a season that stretches into May and makes a mess of graduation plans and all that, which would be a great thing.
Yeah.
So thank you, Ali, for joining us. Good luck again this weekend.
Thank you.
Welcome back. We are now joined by Lexi Tubbs, basketball player and officially now record holder and two-time NCAA qualifier in track and field. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And you've got the Stanford shirt
today.
on.
I'm very proud.
A huge weekend down there. First off, tell me, how excited are you? 5th place overall, new school record, and 16th in the nation officially after all the results are in.
Yeah. I'm just shocked still. It was an amazing weekend, obviously, beautiful weather, and family was close by, so that was awesome. It just couldn't have gone better, honestly. It was a great weekend.
What was it like competing in a meet like Stanford where, that's like one of the pinnacle meets of the entire year at any level?
Yeah, it was surreal. They're, walking around, just warming up, Pac-12 everywhere, and pretty serious track teams from all over the country. So that was just awesome, little Christian school, here I am. Yeah, so it was just different level of competitiveness, and there's people that I ran against this weekend that will be in Rio this summer for the Olympics, so I was okay,
cool.
Yeah.
And I imagine a lot of coaches are sitting there watching you as you're blazing down the track going, now, how exactly did we miss getting here in our school?
Yeah. Some things we can't answer, I guess. I don't know, whatever.
Talk about how much fun you're having in track. Obviously the records and NCAA marks and stuff like that are great, but how much are you enjoying the season?
It's just a lot easier I shouldn't say to enjoy it, but it's just such, it's an individual sport, so everything's on me. So at the end of the day, I can, just have fun with the rest of the team, and we travel to some great places. We were in San Francisco and Palo Alto this weekend. Bus rides are long, but still really enjoyable with the whole team. Just such a big family.
And a chance to see family, especially. How nice was that to be at home performing with you?
Oh my gosh. I miss my parents and my grandparents and my sisters. And I had a lot of friends that came that I hadn't seen in a while, so that was awesome to be able to compete at a good level with them watching.
Was that the difference? Was it having family in the crowd leads to
no, not at all.
the national mark?
I wouldn't say that's it.
We can talk to stats and see if they can go to all the meets for you.
Yeah, right? That'd be awesome. I should tell them that. But honestly, I think it was just the competition. I knew ahead of time who was going to be there and what schools I was going to be up against. And so all week I was just really focused an abnormal amount, honestly. I usually get really prepared day before, day of, and just last week, I don't know, I was just really excited to go out and just run against these big time schools, show them who little NNU is. So I think that's what made the difference.
You guys only midway of the season, and such great times. Are you peaking at this point, or is there a lot left that you can do?
I definitely think there's a lot left. I still don't think I'm quite into track shape coming out of basketball, so I think I can get a little more time off there. Hopefully get in the 13s this year. That'd be awesome.
Wow.
Yeah. That's the goal. Yeah.
And you're sitting at number 16 in the nation. Have you started to think about that? I know we mentioned nationals after your time at indoors. Have you started thinking about you could
I haven't
going?
stopped thinking about it, honestly. So if I can get my time down a little bit more, I could hopefully lock it in just for my mind's sake. I'm really excited. Hopefully that works out, and hopefully get a few other athletes I get to come to.
I know you're focused on track right now, but have you had a lot of time to spend with new coach Brian Holsinger?
We've had some awesome conversations, and I'm so excited. He seems so excited to be here, so I'm really looking forward to getting to know him better and getting back out there with basketball girls too.
And he's okay with you, a part-time track athlete?
I haven't given him an option yet, but we'll see. We'll see about that.
So thanks, that's the way you're running. He may try to steer you full-time.
No kidding.
What will the rest of the season be like for you in track? I know you guys got a home meet in a couple weeks. Are you keyed in on GNAC championship first, or are you keyed in on nationals? What are the goals for the rest of the year?
Obviously, like I said, nationals is huge. Getting to go to Florida, that'd be awesome. But I really hope I get to take conference this year. Rosie at Anchorage, she's an awesome girl, and we talked this weekend just about how we'll see each other again at conference. So hopefully, see some good times there too.
I appreciate you joining us. I know
you
guys got to get to practice and all that. Love that shirt, and
thank you. Yes, I love it too.
Congratulations on the record. I hope you set a couple more before the year's over.
I do too.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.